kita?
Kalau nggak salah 8.
8 yang lolos, 5 berarti.
Ya,
Gue sambil makan ya, ini gue masih
oke,
di
nggak
kantor.
apa-apa.
Oke,
Aman.
ini timnya komplit gak ya?
Cuman ada beberapa aja sih, Kak, yang join.
Oke, teman-teman. Oke, makasih Adisti ya. Oke, teman-teman, tadi kan gue udah share ini ya, udah share apa? Soal. Itu udah sempat dikerjain kah teman-teman? Mungkin ada yang on mic satu orang, mungkin bisa bantu jawab ya. Halo.
Udah sih Kak, cuman
Hmm,
belum selesai. Kita kalau untuk tim aku baru selesai case pertama.
oke. Azahra timnya siapa aja?
Ada aku, terus Sherin dan Arifah, Kak. Satu
Oh,
lagi ada Alicia tapi berhalangan hadir Kak.
oke, itu Azahra. Tim yang lain siapa? Adilah, Zahara, Ina. Berarti timnya gimana nih?
Kalau aku juga case yang pertama, Kak. Dan case 2 juga udah, tapi masih yang awal banget, Kak.
Oke, nggak apa-apa. Itu dalam bentuk PPT ya.
Iya.
Oke, Azahra, Adilah. Adilah timnya siapa aja?
Timnya ada Faiza, Zilzia, sama Tika. Tapi ini mereka masih OTW masuk, Kak.
Oke, bisa masuk ya. Oke, terus Adilah, itu tim dua ya. Tim tiga siapa aja nih? Berarti ada mungkin ini ada Ai nih. Ai siapa aja? Ai?
Iya, Kak, ada aku, Ina, terus Ara, satu lagi anak
Anak akuntansi.
akuntansi, Kak.
Oh, anak akuntansi UI. Oh, bisa
Iya,
bisa lintas gitu ya?
bisa, Kak.
Bisa ya? Oke. Oke, berarti so far ini ada 3 tim. Ada yang belum kesebut mungkin? Tim siapa? Atau udah semua? Udah semua harusnya ya. Oke, gini, karena kan kalian selamat dulu ya udah masuk ke tahap video, udah lulus video. Mungkin kita fokusnya sekarang lebih ke present ya, lebih ke how to present. Itu kan tadi yang gue share itu adalah case Deloitte zaman gue yang tahap final gitu ya, yang tahap final. Jadi gue dapet input katanya dari anak apa dari orang anak Delonya ya, itu dari Katita juga yang bilang beberapa dari apa dari anak dari fiskal sendiri itu secara materinya katanya udah oke, tapi dari cara presentnya masih kurang gitu dibandingkan dengan tim lain gitu ya, dibandingkan dengan univ lain. Nah, jadi gue di sini sebelumnya udah disiapin jawabannya ya, teman-teman ya. Mungkin ada yang mau willing untuk present duluan nggak ya? Silakan. Nggak ada salah benar. Silakan. Ada yang mau AI atau siapa gitu? Boleh. Halo. Halo, halo.
Tim kita baru bahas aja sih, Kak, belum nge-arrange gitu. Jadi mungkin tim lain kali ya, Kak.
Oke, tim lain ada yang udah ready?
Boleh kali ya Kak tim.
Oke, oke. Udah dalam bentuk PPT belum Mas Zahra?
Udah Kak, tapi tadi baru case satu
Oke.
aja.
Oke, sip. Coba present pakai bahasa Inggris ya. Nanti kita ada sesi Q&A. Ceritanya gue jadi jurinya gitu ya. Nanti coba gue assess berdasarkan respons kalian and how you speak gitu ya. Oke. So, uh, mungkin kita coba pakai bahasa Inggris. So for now, we're gonna using English. For your context, uh, this is semi-final. So semi-final mostly we'll talk about PE, regarding PE risks or and how the taxation works if a company try to do some spin-off and try to form a PE in other country. So, but regarding the cases that I've just sent to you guys is about regarding the pillar one, right? Pillar one and the transfer pricing aspects. But it's okay. Uh, for now, we're gonna go deep dive more about how you guys present. Okay. So Azahra, please, time and place is yours. Azahra and team. Okay, let's go. XYZ Co. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Oke, Kak. Aku
Okay.
izin buka ya, Kak.
Yeah,
Eh,
wait. You guys have like 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Hmm, I'll tell you guys kalau misalkan udah mau berhenti ya. Oke, silakan dimulai ya.
Okay. Good evening, Kak Sabian and panels. Today we are from XYZ Co. And today we're going to present our analysis for the case DTC Final 2023. Before, sorry, Kak, sebentar. Okay. Right. Before that, for case 1, we have a few points that we're going to discuss. First is the PE risk, second, DST and VAT, third is the intra-group transaction, and fourth is the withholding tax on cross-border payments.
Okay, first, based on the picture, the principal company or principal co is located in country A, which has a service company in country B, and the warehouse is also located in country B. And however, the principal company is directly sells to the end customer. Okay. The principal company operates a digital platform through which customers in different jurisdictions purchase goods. Although it only has a warehouse and third-party logistics services in the customer's country, this activity could be deemed significant enough to establish a permanent establishment or PE. This in Article 5 OECD model, a workshop of a company in other jurisdiction is deemed to be a PE. And in a BEPS Action Plan 7, the purchase contract is made directly between principal company to the end customer. However, there is a company in country B where the warehouse is located, which handles the delivery of goods to the customers. And additionally, the company in country B also provides services and make it possible to classify this as a permanent establishment because its nature goes beyond that on the mere place activity or POA. And if there's is a PE, it can be subject to taxation under the income tax law. Next. Okay, according to the law number 7 of 2021 on income tax law, PE treated as a corporate tax resident, and the government is authorized to enter into agreements with other countries or jurisdiction or DTA. And in Article 7 OECD model, profits of an enterprise carried out by the PE will be taxed in the other contracting state. And if there's the profit and will be a potential tax obligation. And the first is income tax Article 23 of 5% rate and corporate income tax and branch profit tax.
Okay, for this slide, we have the transaction scheme. Principal Co handle website operation, transactional processing, and warehousing, while Service Co manage local marketing and after-sales support. These intragroup services require transfer pricing compliance to ensure the arm's length pricing. Next. The benefit test confirm that the service from Service Co provide value to Principal Co, local marketing boost sale and brand presence, while after sales support improve customer satisfaction, showing these services directly benefit Principal Co. Next. In this table, both local marketing and after-sales support are chargeable. However, after-sales support is classified as a low value-adding service under OECD guideline, which impact the pricing method selection. Next. Following OECD guideline, different methods are chosen based on service type. Local marketing, which add value, require a method that reflects comparable market prices. For low value adding after-sales support, is a simpler method suffices. Next. For local marketing, we use the CUP method to compare with independent transaction. For the after-sale customer service, which we classify as low value adding, we apply the cost plus method with a 5% markup as recommended in OECD DTP guideline 2017, paragraph 7.3.
Right, the next aspect that we need to highlight is regarding the DST and VAT, or Digital Service Tax and Value Added Tax. Now, as Principal Co earns revenue from customers in different countries, it may be subject to DST and also VAT. DST is for DST, some countries impose DST on revenue from digital services. This tax is based on revenue earned, not on whether Principal Co has a physical presence or a permanent establishment in that country. Especially if we operate in a country with a DST, Principal Co may have an additional tax burden simply from providing digital services to customers there. For VAT, VAT is a consumption tax applied to goods and services, and many jurisdictions require digital platforms like ours to register for VAT and charge it on goods sold, even without a physical presence. This means Principal Co may need to collect and remit VAT to local authorities, impacting our pricing structure and requiring us to integrate local VAT rules into our billing process. Now, the last aspect that we need to highlight is regarding the withholding tax on cross-border payments. Now, as we all know, Principal Co is a company that resides in offshore, and they transacted with third party, and also Service Co, which resides in source country itself. Now, we're going to focus on the transaction between Principal Co and the third party itself, where Principal Co transacts with third party. Third party provides distribution services in which Principal Co pays the third party. Therefore, the payment itself is an object for the withholding tax, which is the income tax. Now, moving on, we're going to focus on the transaction between Principal Co and the Service Co. Now, Service Co provides marketing and promotion services to Principal Co, which then Principal Co pays Service Co payment, which then is going to result in withholding tax, specifically income tax. And this works or applies even if Service Co is either a PE or a subsidiary itself. Maybe that's all from XYZ Co, maybe from the judges. If the judges have any questions, we are open to answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, XYZ Co team, for your presentation. You guys roughly presented about like 50 minutes, 50 minutes and a half. A very good presentation. But let me ask several questions. Quite comprehensive. First of all, okay. So in case one, we're talking about digital taxation arising because of digitalization of the economy, right? So it's really related to pillar one. You guys might want to add the circumstances or facts regarding pillar one, because if we're talking about pillar one, we're talking about PE risk that may arise, even though in tax treaty, the activity might not be deemed as PE. So if we're talking about, can you guys back to like slide number 2 or number 3, I suppose? All right, okay. Okay, so if you guys take a look deeper, the pre-reading materials that required is actually action 1, digital economy, digital economy. Uh, Previously, before the action 1, digital economy, if a company have an activity like they want to set up some kind of a warehouse that solely you might want to refer to Article 5, that's solely based on for example, if I'm a company, I want to set up some kind of activity, and it's solely for the purpose of storing goods. In this case, which is warehouse, it's not a PE, right? It's not a PE because it's solely for storing goods. But after Action 1, because there is so many multinational companies that conducts tax avoidance, they try to separate the activity regarding the tax avoidance. What do you guys think regarding the Action 1 impacts to Principal Co if Principal Co has a warehouse in country B, which previously is not deemed as PE, but what is the impact after the implementation of Action 1 digital economy and Pillar 1, of course? Please. Maybe I want to emphasize my question again, okay? So previously, if you guys referring to Article 5, tax treaty, Article 5, if a company solely storing goods in a warehouse, the warehouse will not be deemed as PE, But after Action 1, Principal Co warehouse might be deemed as PE. Uh, do you guys have any comments regarding this, please? Okay, anyone? Okay, anyone? Is there any one of you want to answer question, please? Hello?
Okay, judges, I will try to answer it. Under the Article 5 of the OECD model tax treaty, if a company only store goods in a warehouse in a country, it's typically not deemed to have a PE or a permanent establishment, which mean that the company wouldn't be taxed in that country, as the warehouse is considered as a preparatory or auxiliary activity. However, Pillar 1 recently introduced a new nexus rule that doesn't rely on the physical presence. Instead, it creates a taxable presence based on the economical presence or the company economic activity like revenue and also market jurisdiction. For larger multinational entities, storing goods can trigger a taxable nexus if they exceed specific threshold in the market.
Okay, thank you so much. That's a very good answer. Okay, can you guys move to next slide, please? Okay, next slide again, please. Next slide. Okay, intergroup transaction. Okay, next slide. Okay, next slide. Okay, so you guys mentioned regarding about CP method for intergroup transaction, right? So based on your analysis, there is a crucial intergroup transaction which is services support, and of course, Principal Co also own an IP, right? And for maybe a monthly basis, Surface Co will pay the royalty to Principal Co. Uh, you guys, can you move to next slide to the next slide again, please? Okay, so for local marketing and promotion, your group choose CUP method to analyze whether the transaction is already arm's length or not. Is there any reason why the CUP method is chosen to analyze the local marketing and promotion transaction?
Okay, to answer again, method for local marketing and promotion services is because it allow us to determine the arm's length price by comparing the transaction between principal co and service co to similar transaction between independent companies in the open market. And we use this CUP method because the actual price are comparable and uncontrolled transaction, and that's why it's ensured that the pricing of local marketing services reflect to the real market condition. We also like to use the direct comparability, which the local marketing services often have the direct comparable in the market, as many independent services also provided the same or similar services.
Okay. Maybe any other team members might want to add, or is it okay? But I assume okay. So this UP method usually used for transaction that have for transactions that have a very low value added given to the customer or to the counterparty. For example, CUP method usually used in commodities or goods that have a very low value added. For example, if a company extracting natural resources like raw coal or raw metal, raw steel, raw wood, like commodities that the commodities that have a very low added value. We're talking about commodities that is not processed yet to the next production level. So CUP method requires a very high comparability between the transaction. Okay, so if you want to use CUP method, you can compare goods or services that uh, that is already have a very high value added. For example, phone, car, because it's already processed in every step of production level, right? So CUP method might not quite accurate for local marketing and promotion. Uh, practically, usually in TP documentation for such transactions, that is not that is quite hard to determine whether we want to use a CUP method or other method. Usually consultant or even DJP, they usually use TNMM method. Okay, so you might want to be very careful regarding TP method analysis for a particular transaction. Okay, so once again, CUP method, you cannot deem such transaction to use CUP method like directly. Okay, CUP method, the key to use CUP method usually for transaction that have very low added value, raw material, raw commodities, royalties, okay, interest, okay. So for local marketing promotion, usually they use TNMM, like so. Same thing also. But for but for after sales customer services for CPM usually used to analyze the COGS level. Okay. So usually after sales customer service also use the TNMM method, if I'm not mistaken. So, small feedback, guys. Try to answer equally, okay? Not not rely on one person, okay? Because that stuff it's also happened to my group, like only repetitively. So judges might considering your team performance regarding on that aspect. Okay, so you might want to discussing or practicing more regarding speaking and answering the question from judges, like so. Okay, so any other group members that may ready to present, please please share your screen, perhaps. Okay, ada grup lain yang mau present? Tidak? Gimana tadi siapa ya? Azahra ya? Oke, kasih ya.
Thank you, Kak.
Oke, ada yang mau present lagi nggak ya? Atau belum ready nih yang grup lain?
Kak Sabian, can I ask a
Oh, okay.
question
Yeah,
regarding the TP method?
yeah, sure,
Uh,
sure.
because Kak Icat previously mentioned in the previous Zoom
Yeah.
that in OECD TP Guideline 2022, paragraph 7.3, the most appropriate TP method for the intergroup services is the CUP method in case there is a high level of comparability. For example, accounting, auditing, legal, or IT services. So that's why I assume that because the marketing is also have a high level of comparability, so that's why we as a group assume that it would use CUP method.
Okay, thank you very much. So, as I mentioned before, we're talking about practical aspect, right? So it's actually really rely on the data or statement that provided in the cases um for marketing. Usually, practically, they don't have enough comparable data to to analyze. So usually, whether consultant or DJP, they use some kind of they use the NMM method. Okay, because the NMM method it's really applicable to analyze the net profit margin for net profit margin impact resulting from intergroup transaction. But that is a good point. If we're talking about for uh, for competition, right? For competition, if the data or statement provided in the cases is not that complete, please analyze please analyze and build your statement according to OECD TP guidelines that is already taught by Kaicat. Okay, so Azahra, thank you so much for your additional information. That is a very good point. But yeah, if there is a lack of statement in the cases, please analyze the cases based on the applicable method that is stated in OECD TP guidelines, etc. TNMM, as I mentioned before, is usually used practically by consultant if there is a lack of data between the comparability of the transaction. Like so. Any more questions?
There is it, Kak Sabian. Thank you for the input. Thank you, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much, Azahra. Perhaps any other group that want to ask question regarding the cases or already ready to present? Perhaps, please let me know because I'm still at the office and I want to go home. No. Please, guys. Is there any a group that wants to present? Please let me know, guys. Or you guys not yet ready to present? We will move on to next session, okay? Okay, I think that's all ya. Guys, kalau untuk yang case 2 kayaknya belum sempet ya, belum sempet kalian kerjain. But I think this is gonna be a short session, guys, because tanggal berapa ya Disti ya untuk first round nih? Semifinalnya? Lupa, lusa.
Kalau nggak salah besok, Kak.
Tanggal 4.
Besok ya?
Iya.
Oke, tanggal 14. Oke, besok. So, Kak Muna ready to present right now. Oke, so Adila, please if you want to ask some question, please.
Eh, bahasa Indonesia aja ya Kak, maaf. Nah
Ya.
ini mau nanya, kan eh, pas awal-awal itu ada dijelasin analisis VAR. Nah itu
Yep.
untuk analisis yang manufacturer itu ada limited risk manufacturer sama contract manufacturer. Itu sebenarnya bedanya apa ya Kak?
Oke, so kalau misalkan limited sama kontrak itu kan kayak waktu itu sebagaimana yang di share di pertemuan pertama, limited dan kontrak itu hanya perbedaan bahasa, Adila. Kalau dilihat di S151, lupa tahunnya tahun berapa ya gue, ya. Karena gue juga di UI bukan TP nih, tapi emang gue international taxation tapi ya bukan TP gitu ya. Kalau misalkan dilihat di S151 itu bahasanya hanya kontrak manufaktur ya. Dilihat di surat edaran S151 2010, seingat gue apa tahun berapa lupa deh gue. Coba dilihat SK S151. They use same terminology to define whether the particular taxpayers is considered as contract or license manufacturer. Nah, tapi kalau di Anuska Becker itu dijelasin dibedain tuh yang license manufacturer and contract manufacturer. License manufacturer they own gitu ya, they own the IP gitu. No, they use the IP and nggak, kalau kontrak itu, kalau license itu kan mereka punya lisensi, they have the rights to utilize the know-how, etc. Right? Tapi kalau misalkan kata Indonesia Background, kalau untuk kontrak dia terbatas terhadap pemanfaatan si haknya itu, know-how-nya terbatas. Tapi sebenarnya kalau secara substantial DJP bilang sebenarnya sama-sama aja. So it's only a different terminology, but substantially is actually quite the same. Adilah, like so. Jadi hanya beda bahasa doang, gitu sih.
Oh, oke, thank you Kak. Sama
Ya,
ada satu lagi Kak mau
ya,
nanya
ya.
tentang buat nentuin comparability factor kan itu ada tiga kayak tiga table gitu kan.
Mm.
Comparability factor, afiliasi sama independen. Nah itu tuh buat jadi sembani itu harus memenuhi beberapa comparability factor, harus lima-limanya atau cuman minimal berapa gitu Kak?
Oke, sebenarnya ya kalau misalkan secara apa namanya, secara praktikal, praktikal itu sebenarnya nggak ada thresholdnya. Tapi biasanya usually dia fulfill dari 5 transaksi itu sih, Adila gitu. Kalau untuk minimalnya berapa itu nggak ada angka angka toknya gitu ya. Tapi biasanya sih 3 sampai 5 lah. Biasanya 3 sampai 5 itu udah dianggap, apalagi yang substantial ya gitu. 3 sampai 5 sih biasanya sih. Tapi biasanya orang-orang kayak biar strong ya mereka berusaha fulfill 5, tapi nggak ada angka patokan, tapi nggak 1 atau 2 juga ya, biasanya tiga tiga 3 sampai 5 lah biasanya gitu. Tapi usually sih harusnya harusnya itu 5 sih, 5 5, karena itu align sama ini ya, prinsip apa, prinsip BEPS
Oke, thank you Kak.
ya. Oke, ada lagi any question guys, please let me know. Silakan kalau ada yang mau nanya lagi. Kalian besok ya, spoiler spoiler alert, gua nggak tahu ya kalau untuk ini. So untuk PPT juga, teman-teman coba bikin PPT-nya yang lebih ini ya, yang lebih detail si susunannya. Coba coba Adristi atau siapa minta deh ke Natali deh. Itu tuh PPT inputan gitu dah waktu dia itu. Natali, siapa sih temennya satu, Laili Wirda ya. Coba minta ke mereka deh. Itu PPT mereka tuh yang bikin menang juga karena gua waktu itu kasih input perihal PPT-nya, supaya nggak kalah gitu. Jadi dulu tuh tim gua salahnya tuh satu, ada satu slide yang krusial tuh kehapus, gak tau kenapa tuh, nggak tahu siapa yang ngapus. Terus yang kedua PPT gua tuh terlalu polos juga, kayak only only limited images shown gitu. So coba kalian lihat cara tim tahun lalu Natali ya, jangan lihat tim gua ya, tim gua juara 2. Coba lihat timnya Natali ya, timnya Natali sama Laili tuh, Laili Wirda tuh, mereka setim. Coba coba lihat cara mereka mendesain PPT. Itu sumpah itu penting banget. Karena waktu gua dulu itu anak akuntansi itu kagak ngejelasin apa-apa cuy, dia cuma ngejelasin yang ini kan casesnya cases zaman gua nih ya. Final run, pillar one. Eh mereka nggak ngejelasin kayak kalian, kayak tadi timnya siapa? Lupa lagi. Azahra gitu. Tapi ngejelasin apa itu pilar one, apa itu action one gitu, nggak ngejelasin. Tapi PPT-nya bagus banget memang. To be fair, PPT mereka it's top notch lah gitu. Yang memang ngejelasin, nggak ngejawab, memang ngejelasin, tapi it's a very top notch PowerPoint compared to mine gitu kan. So PowerPoint is really really crucial. Please kalau misalnya ada kakak tingkat yang kalau kalian ada di dekat, coba mintain terus lempar aja ke grup ini contohnya gitu. Okay, so PowerPoint is also a crucial aspect. And then udah sih. Please learn about PE. Quite PE more because I think it's way more about international taxation. The final TP aspect, TP method will be given in the final round. Oke, dari gue itu sih mungkin ya. Ada mungkin dari yang lain? Silakan kalau ada yang mau nanya lagi, mau make sure.
Kak, aku
Yes.
pengen tanya, kita kan udah bikin yang case 2, tapi kayak baru bagan. Jadi kita itu nganggap itu restrukturisasi. Nah, kita mau tanya bagan kita udah benar atau belum, Kak?
Oke, please present silakan. Coba. Ini gue sambil kerja ya, maaf ya. Kok udah present belum? Belum. Oke. Terus ada yang slide 2-nya ya atau gimana tuh? Oke. Coba slide 1. Coba ke slide 1, maaf. Slide 1. Oke, so input ya regarding business restructuring sim. This is a good point to put, but I think because you guys have a limited time to present, it's the cruciality aspect. I think it's not that high, but it would be nice if you guys put the what is it like the ownership chart of the post restructuring. Gua nggak ada lagi yang punya gua dulu. Tapi ini udah bener kok, maksudnya kayak mereka kan ngebagi dua ini ya, dua entity ya, distributor. Jadi ada HDI supaya dia punya fungsi distribusi. Jadi nggak semuanya di kontrak manufacturer di si HMI kan. Itu benar sih, tapi it would be nice if you guys put like the ownership ini apa ya, ownership tree gitu ya, after the post restructuring. Kalau kayak gini nanti terlihatnya ya ini maksudnya secara bisnis flow ya, tapi kalau bikinnya nanti bikin ini juga apa jadinya ngalir kepemilikannya ke siapa? Because Hygieco Co Ltd kan will own two different entity, right? HDI and HMI. And HDI will distribute the goods produced by HMI gitu, which HMI own royalty and not own royalty, own buy HMI will buy material, will use know-how from Hygieco Ltd Japan gitu sih. Secara bisnis flow oke, tapi di apa kalau dibikin secara struktur kepemilikan itu lebih oke kayak Hygieco Japan punya HDI, punya HMI, terus yang punya nanti yang akan terakhir dengan apa end customer si HDI gitu sih.
Oh, oke, makasih, Kak.
Ya.
BTW, maaf tadi koneksinya agak terputus. Berarti
Mm-mm.
ini nanti bagannya itu kayak yang pas pertemuan pertama sama Kak Irsyad gitu kali ya, Kak? Yang bagan.
Yes,
Oh, oke.
Kak, betul sekali. Itu jadi kalau di TV itu dan international taxation pasti itu dulu yang biasanya dianalisis biasanya gitu kayak ini punya siapa sih gitu. Oke.
Oke, makasih, Kak.
Oke. Any more question guys? Oke. Kalau nggak ada ya kayaknya teman-teman ya. Nggak ada ya. Oke, mungkin juga kalian kalau malam-malam juga ini sih nanti karena besok kan harus sudah langsung ke kantor ke Deloitte-nya ya, kalau nggak salah. Enggak ya? Langsung ke Deloitte-nya nggak sih? Ada yang tahu nggak? Langsung ke Deloitte-nya gitu nggak sih atau kayak presentnya masih online ya? Masih online ya harusnya.
Di online Kak.
Masih online ya. Oke, so jadi prepare aja. Coba dipelajari lagi perihal PEP-an dan TP method. Gue yakin Kaica sudah ngasih yang the best juga lah karena kebetulan dia kan di TP ya, kalau gue di ITTS gitu. Itu aja sih teman-teman. Sorry banget gue nggak bisa ngasih material yang transfer of shares because itu is a confidential documents gitu ya karena gue nggak berani lah gitu share gitu company policy juga jadi makanya waktu itu gue bilang kalau bisa ada yang share screenshot tapi kalau misalkan emang perlu banget ya gue coba cari cara lah supaya bisa gitu. Oke, so good luck for tomorrow guys. Congratulations once again. You guys reach this stage of the competition. Hope you guys all the best for tomorrow and see you guys in final round. Okay. Thank you. Adristy, back to you.